So good morning everyone. Welcome to Abhyas IAS. So first of all, in this session I'll explain CSAT exam pattern. Whenever you prepare for this UPSC civil services examination, so it is paper 2 CSAT paper, very important. Of course it is in qualifying nature, but many are struggling to get 1/3 marks, that is 66.66 marks. I'll tell you the reasons also. First of all, we should understand what UPSC is expecting from us. Basic quants and reasoning is there almost in every exam. Okay, if you look at UPSC exams, Group 1, Group 2 exams, state government, sub-inspector, SSC, CGL, banking, almost in every exam, without quant and reasoning, no one is conducting. So it is of course deciding subject. But in UPSC, the way they ask the questions is bit different. Different in the sense, we should understand questioning pattern first. Our exam is not based on speed calculations, not based on formulas. Two things not required. Lot of shortcut formulas not required, and your speed calculation skills also not required. Then what is important? First point is getting clarity on concepts, that is highly required. Conceptual clarity. This is very important. Second thing is applying common sense is plays an important role in the exam. Third point is mental stability also required. What is this mental stability? So in the exam, even if you prepare very well for this paper, what happens? Some questions are too lengthy, some questions are unpredictable. You have to handle that pressure. No need to answer each and every question in the paper. Okay, so around 40 to 45 questions with good accuracy, that is required. Okay, and I'll explain the syllabus first. In this 80 questions, okay, English, from this English you will be getting 27 questions. From this quants and reasoning part, remaining 53 questions you will get. And that too, in this 53 questions, okay, first we'll discuss about this. Now, see, chapters like number systems, they are giving 20 plus questions from this. And other chapters are like percentages, averages, okay, time and work, time, speed, distance. Almost around 15 to 16 chapters are there. In reasoning part, like coding and decoding, okay, coding and decoding, clocks, calendars, Venn diagrams, statements, conclusions, seating arrangements, almost all together 15 to 18 chapters are there from quant and reasoning. In this 53 questions, definitely, even if you prepare very well, 15 to 18 questions will be too lengthy. Okay, so you should know which questions we need to skip in the exam. That is also important. Okay, first of all, why we are getting many questions from only this chapter? Why they are focusing on number systems? The reason, questioning pattern of UPSC. I said already, conceptual clarity required and applying common sense, that is called presence of mind. These two things required. They have only one scope in this chapter. Okay, only in this chapter there is a scope to check your basic presence of mind skills. I'll explain some questions also. Suppose if you take compound interest, time, speed, distance, and geometry and mensuration also there. We are not getting questions from these chapters, hardly one or two maximum. Reason, in these chapters almost all the models are based on formulas. Okay, so most of the questions are not based on formulas. Recently, on this 12th April, UPSC is conducted CDS exam. In this CDS exam, 34 questions asked from CSAT part. In this 34, 16 questions are from only one chapter called number systems. I'll explain 3-4 questions from this paper today. Okay. So, what is the best method to crack UPSC CSAT paper? Best way is, once after completing all the concepts, okay, second step is complete all UPSC exams PYQs, not only CSAT paper, from CSAT of course, and this CDS questions also very important. UPSC is conducting many other exams also like EPFO, CAPF, CISF, UPSC IAS Engineering Services. There are other exams. From this, collect the questions, try to practice them, try to understand what type of questions they are asking, what are the repeated models, repetitive themes, most popular concepts you can figure out, focus on them, that's enough. Okay, no need to study big books, because in textbook so many irrelevant questions also there. Why I am saying is irrelevant. See, if you look at basic number systems, same number systems also there in other exams. For example, banking, SSC CGL and sub-inspector of police. In these exams what happens? The questions are very calculative. For this, speed calculations required and lot of shortcut formulas. It means we need to by heart so many formulas. All this required in other exams. Here same number system is there, but they don't ask about formulas, and also speed calculations also not required. That is the reason I am saying don't practice all textbooks for this paper. Best part is complete each and every concept in every chapter. In every chapter, every concept is important. After completing this, complete all these question papers. Around, if you take 10 years previous year questions, actually last 5 are important. In case if you take last 10, in total around 1080 questions are there, 1080 questions, around 1050 to 1080 questions. Please complete them, you will get good idea about this paper. Okay, and of course questions are in almost all the papers, questions are bit similar. Okay. So, for example, recently they asked one question in CDS paper from number systems. Look at this. What is the unit digit? Unit digit means last digit of 1 power 1, 3 power 3, 5 power 5, 7 power 7, 9 power 9. Unit digit of this product. First of all, what is unit digit? Suppose in case if you multiply these two numbers 11 and 12, take one more number 13. How to find this last digit in this product? Very simple concept. Okay, take this 1 and 2, multiply this 2, result is 2. 2 and 3, multiply this 2, 2 3s are 6. So 6 is the unit digit. You know? This concept name is finding the unit digits. So here what is important point is, for example, 165 into 124 into 139 into say 177. what is the unit digit. Same procedure, 5 fours are 20 means 0. Last digit required. 0 into anything, always 0. What is your observation? If you have 5 and if you have one even number, 5 into even always produces 0. Okay now? What about 5 into odd numbers? Always gives 5 as unit digit. If you don't have any even number, result is always 5. Look at this question. In 2025, they asked this in CSAT paper, CSAT 2025. What is the unit digit of 1, 3, 5, 7, so on, 997, 999. What is the unit digit of this product? See, every number is odd number? Yes. 5 also given. No need to worry how to multiply all these numbers. No need to multiply the numbers. By applying sense, this point, 5 is there, every other number is odd number. 5 into odd number always produces 5. For this question, if you know this point, it takes hardly 10 seconds to answer this. Answer is 5. Okay? Same concept apply here. This 5 power n thing always ends with 5. This is odd number. This is also odd number. This is also odd number. So what is the result? Result is 5. That's all. Every number is odd number. Answer is 5 now. In case if this number say 8 power 8 something, this is even, right? What is 5 into even? Always 0. In that case, answer will be 0. Note down this. So apart from these core concepts, unit digit is one of the very popular concept. Almost every year we are getting versions from this. Apart from these core concepts, okay, spontaneity is also highly important in number systems. In same paper, in same CDS 2026, 1 week back they conducted exam. This question asked, n is odd number, if n square is divided by 8, what is the remainder? What is the remainder? This question asked in exam. See, no need to remember any rules and any important results. Just your spontaneity skills required. They are saying n is odd number. Right? Take any odd number. For example, n is 3. What is 3 square? 9. 9 divided by 8. What is the remainder? Remainder is 1. 9 minus 8, remainder is 1. Like this, at least if you check 2-3 cases, that will be better. Say n is 5. 5 square is 25, 25 by 8. 8 3s are 24. Remainder is again 1. No? If n is 7, 7 square 49, 49 by 8. What is the remainder? Remainder is again 1. From these 2-3 examples, you can say remainder is 1. From the option, select this 1. That's all. Chalo. After this, Basic definitions, basic terminology, always important. Twin primes are, it means if difference between two prime numbers is 2, difference between two prime numbers is 2, they are called twin primes. Example 5 and 7, 39, 11. Okay, na? To become twin primes, numbers must be prime numbers only. That is a basic condition. What about co-prime numbers? For co-prime, this concept is completely different. Actually, why we are explaining this, because one question asked in based on co-prime, almost every year they are asking. Many are getting confused with this. Twin prime and co-prime, these two concepts are completely different. I'll tell you what is co-prime here with some examples. Let us take 11 and 7. One more example, 11 and 8. One more example, 8 and 9. From this three pairs, what is your observation? 11 and 7. Any common factors? No, except one. What about 11 and 8? Any common factors? No, except one. Again for 8 and 9, any common factors? No, it is only common factor is 1. Whenever for any two numbers, if common factors not exist and their highest common factor itself, if it is 1, 1 is the only common factor for any two numbers, then they are called co-prime numbers. Okay, now should remember this. So to become co-prime numbers, in first case I am taking two prime numbers, but in second case 11 is prime, 8 is composite number. But in third case, composite number means number which is not a prime. For composite numbers, there are factors like 2, 4, number itself. With respect to this, it is co-prime, no common factors. What about 8 and 9? Both are two composite numbers only. They are not prime numbers. Composite numbers, but with respect to each other, no common factors. Okay, na? So maybe numbers are 2 prime, maybe one number is composite, another number is prime. Maybe you can take two composite numbers also. All are possible cases only. So to become co-prime, no need to take only prime numbers. This is the fundamental difference between twin primes and co-primes. Sometimes they use this term also, relatively prime. One number is relatively prime with respect to other number. Relatively prime numbers means prime to each other. For example, 8 and 9. Yes, no common factors. Another name for co-prime numbers is relatively prime numbers. You should remember this. Based on this, they asked one question. One second, I'll explain this. Consider the following statements. First one, two consecutive numbers are always co-prime. Two consecutive numbers are always co-prime. Second one, if M and N are relatively prime also co-prime pairs, okay? Then M and N is always even. M into N is always even, they are saying. Chalo. Options are given like this. Only one, only two, both 192, neither 1, not 2. Okay, na? Any answers? 2 consecutive numbers are always co-prime. 2 consecutive numbers are always co-prime. Is it correct? Yes. Adjacent numbers, difference itself is 1. They are always co-prime to each other. Yes, co-prime. First one is always correct. Second one, if m and r relatively prime means co-prime, m into n, they are saying the product is even. Product is even. See, this is not always correct, because if I take 8 and 9, of course 8 into 9 is 72. But what about this 9 and 11? These two with respect to each other is co-prime, means relatively prime only. 9 into 11, 99 is odd number. Sometimes even, sometimes odd. So, second statement is not correct. Sometimes they will say, instead of always, mn can be even. Can be even means it is also correct statement. Can be even. If you have at least one case, that is true statement. But they are saying always. So, it is false. Okay. What is your understanding from these examples? First of all, almost we solved 3 to 4 questions which are not based on formulas. This type of questions they are asking in the exam. So, what is required is, again I am telling you, concepts, clarity is required. Second thing is, just to solve all UPSC exams previous year questions, not only just the CSAT. Around 1000 to 1100 questions are there, just, and I mean till 2026 I am saying. If you can practice them, you will understand where they are focusing, what type of concepts they are asking, what is the pattern. You will study, you can study their examiner mindset, okay. Based on that, you can prepare the questions. So, this is all about basic things about CSAT paper. Accordingly, try to prepare in this way, okay. So, in the final exam also, out of 80 questions, if you can answer 40 questions, 40 to 45 questions, that is with good accuracy, you can clear this exam, okay. So, in the next session, maybe I'll give weightage of each and every chapter, important chapters, and what are the sources, from where we need to study all this, I'll explain. Thank you.